Will using grub control in my garden harm my flowers? Do I have quackgrass? And what is going on with my garlic plants? I've got answers to these questions and more coming up on Garden Sense. Hey everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Well folks, you did it again. You sent me so many emails that I actually got backlogged by a couple of days trying to keep up with everything, but I do appreciate your patience, and obviously we want you to continue to send in your questions. Now, out of that mountain of emails that I received, we did select 5 for today's video podcast, so buckle up everybody, let's jump right in. The first question is from Luis. Hi Tim, I just planted 2 flats of moss roses. When digging in the dirt, I came across a half dozen grubs. Is it safe to apply bio-advanced grub control in a flower bed? Will it harm the flowers? So the grub control product by bio-advanced is actually not designed for gardens. It's specifically designed for turf. Now, it will probably be okay if you put it down in your garden, but I'll be honest with you, there's a better product by bio-advanced for this specific purpose, and it's called bio-advanced Complete Insect Killer. And one of the things that it helps control are grubs, and it's safe for not only your lawn, but it's safe for gardens as well. So that's actually the product that I would recommend that you put down. It's available over at Rosen's Online. Now, when you put it down, you do have to be careful, because anytime you're spreading this type of a product in your garden, you want to make sure that you're keeping it away from your plants. So make sure that when you're spreading it, you're not getting any of the granules on the leaves of the plants or anything like that, because that can cause damage. This product is designed to go on the soil surface, obviously, because that's where the grubs are. And so again, when you're putting it down, just be really careful that you're not just kind of willy-nilly flaying it about your garden. You want to be really cognizant of where those granules are going to make sure that they are on the soil, and that way when they start to break down, that's ultimately what's going to kill off those grubs. Question number 2 is from Kim. Hello Tim, I'm trying to figure out what is eating my dahlias. They are in a raised bed next to my shed. Thanks for any suggestions. So in terms of specifically what's eating your plants, I can't frankly tell you, because there are dozens and dozens of insects that could be causing this type of damage. You didn't mention in your email any specific types of insects that you're seeing, so what we want to do is use an insect control that's a little bit more broad spectrum. And so what we actually recommend is a bio-advanced 3-in-1 product. It's available over at Rosen's Online. Now, this is a great product because not only will it kill the insects, but it will also take care of any mites that might be on your plants, and it will also provide some disease protection. But I realize that right now you're most concerned about killing those insects, and bio-advanced 3-in-1 is a great product for that. So make sure you spray down the entire plant, or all of the plants rather, that you want to protect, and also try and make sure that you get underneath the plants as well, under some of the larger leaves, again, just to try and kill any insects that may be hiding there. Now, a couple of weeks after you put down the bio-advanced 3-in-1, I always like to start using neem oil throughout the summer. It's a natural product, so again, it's not a chemical-based product. And what you actually want to do is spray it down, once every 2 weeks, at least once a month, because that actually helps repel the insects away. So again, put down the bio-advanced 3-in-1 right now, wait a couple of weeks, and then start using neem oil on your dahlias, and try and keep a regular routine with those. The next question is from Kathleen and is actually our weed of the week. Hello Tim, I'd really like some advice on the weed in the photos. I've done some online research and I think it's quackgrass. It seems to be quickly establishing itself in my yard. I have begun to manually remove it, but I'm hoping there is a more efficient way to blunt its progress. I have been using the Turf Trust products exclusively for 2 to 3 years and have used the Barenbrug seed when overseeding. I hate to see my hard work so easily overcome. So this is not quackgrass. This is actually barnyard grass, or it's orchard grass. And we'll talk about how to kill those 2 different weeds in just a second. I want to actually address another part of your email where you actually talk about the overseeding process. If you used straw when you are overseeding, there's a very, very high probability that the orchard grass or the barnyard grass was introduced into your turf via the straw that you used. This is a very, very common thing, and that's why we always recommend that folks use Easy Straw. It's available over at rosensonline.com. Not only is Easy Straw a superior product because when it gets wet, it actually has a tack to it that will allow it to stick together and create a nice thick barrier to protect the seed. It's also 99% weed free. So again, when you put this down, you don't have to worry about introducing a bunch of random weeds, grassy weeds like barnyard grass or orchard grass into your turf. Now, let's go back to the weeds themselves. I'm hoping that it's barnyard grass, and I say that because barnyard grass is relatively easy to kill. We recommend Bio Advanced Extreme Crabgrass Killer. It's available over at rosensonline.com, and this is a product that's also safe for your turf. So if it's barnyard grass, you can use this product to kill the barnyard grass, and your grass will also be safe. However, if it's orchard grass, unfortunately, there is no selective herbicide for orchard grass. You have to use a non-selective product, something very strong like a cleanup, like a Killzall, something like a Roundup that's going to kill all or most of the vegetation, which means your turf is also going to be damaged and possibly die off. Now, I would actually recommend that instead of going that route, you may want to consider trying something like a grass getter. Now, grass getter, it's available over at rosensonline.com, but it's really designed for gardens because it's safe for a huge, massive list of desirable plants that you would find in garden. It's really just designed to kill grassy weeds. Unfortunately, it will also do damage to your grass, but it won't be as severe as something like a Roundup or a cleanup. So again, if it's barnyard grass, use Bio Advanced Extreme Crabgrass Killer. It's a very effective product. I have used it on my lawn and I really, really love it. Or unfortunately, if it's orchard grass, I would first start with something like a grass getter. Again, just apply it in the area where you're seeing it to see if that takes care of it. If for some reason it doesn't work, then you're going to have to just bite the bullet and you're going to have to kill everything. And again, we recommend a cleanup or something like that to eradicate the entire area. So good luck. Let me know how it goes. The next question is from Jerry. Hi, Tim. Is this a weed or RTF seedlings? I follow your program religiously. This is spreading in my backyard. Does not appear in my front yard. I overseed every 2 years and bag all of my grass clippings. So this is actually Poa annua, or as it's more commonly called, annual bluegrass. Look, it's a grassy weed and it does tend to spread pretty quickly, but it is not impossible to get rid of. So it's really going to be 2 steps that you want to follow. The first is you want to try and kill what you have, and we recommend Weed Beater Complete. It's available over at rosensonline.com. It's a granular product, so put it down in the area where you see the annual bluegrass. Wait 7 to 10 days, and you should start to see it die off. If there's any that doesn't die off, you can always put down a second application. Just make sure you follow the label in terms of how frequent and how soon after that first application that you can apply Weed Beater Complete again. Then what you want to do is in the fall, you actually want to use Dimension. If you put down Dimension in the fall, assuming you're not overseeding, that is also going to really help in terms of preventing that annual bluegrass from beginning the germination process. And again, you're going to want to put it down in that late March, early April time frame. So 2 applications of Dimension a year, again, which you can only do if you're not overseeding. And then you want to go ahead and make sure you're putting down that Weed Beater Complete right now to try and kill what you have. The final question for today is from Matthew. Good evening, Tim. See the attached pictures. Any idea what is causing my garlic plants to sprout so many scapes? They are growing so many, then just leaning over. So when that many scapes are growing out of your garlic, that means you have some really, really healthy garlic. So I'll be honest with you, it's not a problem, except what is actually happening is the garlic bulb or clove, if you will, is actually not going to grow quite as large, simply because some of the nutrition that the garlic is taking in is going towards growing those scapes. Now, scapes are edible. In fact, you can go to the grocery store and buy them. What I'd actually recommend you do is actually cut them off and consume them with a salad, or you could saute them up. They're actually quite good. Then what that'll do by removing the scapes, not only is the plant itself not going to topple over like you explained in your email, but it's also going to force the plant to keep most of the nutrition that it's receiving and apply it to the bulb or the clove itself, which means you'll probably have some really healthy sized garlic once you harvest. So again, I understand the concern, but that many scapes just means you've got a really, really healthy plant, which is a good thing. So just cut the scapes off, go ahead and consume them, and then wait to harvest your garlic until you're ready to do so. All right, folks, just a couple final thoughts here before we wrap up this week's video podcast. Folks, I've been talking about grubs a lot the last couple of episodes. You really need to make sure you get down some products that are going to help control the grubs. We always recommend BioAdvance 24-hour grub killer specifically for grubs. But if you also have an insect problem, we recommend BioAdvance Complete Insect Killer. Both of those products you can go ahead and put down on your lawn right now, and that's really going to take care of the grubs, going to take care of a whole bunch of insects, and hopefully keep your yard insect free. Now, this time of year is also a time where people will start to notice some lawn diseases. So we recommend the BioAdvance Fungus Control for Lawns. This is a very, very popular product. We sell a lot of it because it works. So head over to rosensonline.com and pick up a bag now. And again, have it ready if and when a lawn disease starts to rear its ugly head. Also, folks, I want to remind you that you want to continue to use Kickstart. Use it on your grass, use it on your plants, use it on your flowers, your trees, your shrubs. It's a very versatile product. It's one of our favorites here at Rosens Online, and obviously we talk about it a lot on our Garden Sense podcast. So again, head over to Rosens Online and pick up Kickstart. You can buy it by the bottle, you can buy it by the case. It's a very, very effective product. Now, the big announcement is that on Monday, we kicked off our annual Summer Stock Up Special. Folks, this is a bundled package of 3 bags of Turf Trust. It can be the maintenance or the starter formula. It can be 5M bags or 10M bags. But folks, this is the best value that you're gonna find on Turf Trust all year long. So head over to rosensonline.com and take advantage of the Summer Stock Up Special. Folks, we need to start thinking about putting down our second application right around now. Again, if you fertilize your grass in late February, early March, you're going to want to get down that second application right now. Obviously, if you want to wait until that June 15th time frame, I completely understand that. But again, this is the time to take advantage of the savings. So you're getting a price break on the product, and you're going to get free shipping. Folks, as always, if you have questions, please make sure you send the email directly to me, tim@rosensonline.com, and I promise that if I receive it, I will get back to you. Folks, thank you so much for spending so much time with us today. We really, really appreciate it. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of the week. God bless.